Welcome back to the world of Wraith. We got the Fridays Market Watch. Today we'll be looking over Arcane Rising. Before we jump into it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Our next goal is 2,000 subscribers. And let me know in the comments down below, do you guys like arcane damage? Personally, I love arcane damage. I feel like it really adds a whole new layer to Flesh and Blood. But I know some people really don't like it, especially when it comes to wizards, as you know, wizards can do some crazy arcane damage. Rune blades just have to put on AB1, nothing too crazy. But against wizards, it really makes the game very different. But I kind of love it, so let me know what you guys think down below. Now, let's jump into Skullbone Crosswrap. We're looking at pretty much a $20 legendary. This is really good. I really want to get my hands on this, even though this is not like seeing a ton of play right now. I think Marlin could possibly see this, even though the gold headpiece is pretty good. I think people were running this at one point. The first edition cold foils looking like 650 more or less than 800. In terms of actual sold listings, yeah, we got one for 650, one for 600. So this is more of a realistic price. I don't really know if it's gonna get to 800, but let's see where this ends up going. We haven't really gotten a Ranger set since High Seas, and even then it was more of a Marlin set. Death Dealer Cold Foil, about 40 bucks. This is being playing Sage, so it doesn't surprise me that it's so high. Yeah, we're looking at 40, 45, then 50, and slowly going towards like 60, 140. Only 8 listings on the market, so pretty crazy. Consistently selling for 40, here's 46. Yeah, when Azalea LL'd, this was definitely probably going a lot lower. And then as we started seeing playing Sage, it just shot back up. I mean, this is a great bow. One, to load an arrow and draw a card. It's pretty powerful. 3 of a kind. First off, I love this artwork. It's not 3 of a kind. It's 3 different monsters, but it just looks so dope. Also, draw 3. I mean, when has a Flesh and Blood card ever read that? We're looking at about 4 to 5 bucks with shipping included, more or less. Such a great card. I don't know if any ranger besides Marlin can really play this, but Marlin does play this. So for the rainbow foil on limbs, we're looking at 25, slowly going to 30, and first adds 350. Whoa. Here's a slapped one for 450. Don't know if that's ever gonna sell. Knock the Death Whistle. This card was a demon back when Azalea was around. I mean, the card really is kind of bad on value. All it does is put an arrow on top of your deck and reload. But with the hero ability, it does become a demon, being able to, for the most part, search right in the ledger. Now, I do think Azalea will come back. Maybe not with Dominate. Maybe Overpower, or maybe her ability where we'll buff arrows. Who knows, but I do think Azalea will come back, so all the Azalea specializations are pretty cheap right now. If you're interested in the Ranger class, I don't think it's a bad pickup. It's a blue block 3, so we all know that's pretty good. Basically pennies on the dollar, less than 50 cents for the non-foil. Let's look at the first at rainbow foil real quick. 50 for lightly played, pretty much 55, 60, 200, very low listings. For first ed, pretty pricey, but that's not that surprising. Let's look at the rainbow foil unlimited. Pretty much the same as the non-foil, so maybe not a bad idea to snag these up if you are looking forward to the new Azalea. Let's see what happens in the future. Red in the Ledger, another great Azalea specialization. I mean, this was a real demon. Being able to only have one action on the next turn was just, man, this card was crazy, especially with Dominate, not being able to block it correctly. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you get more action points. Like, you can only do one action. So the card is super strong, 1 for 5, 50 cents, pretty much the whole first page, slowly going towards $1. Let's see, first at rainbow foils, only 4 on the market, 275, then we're looking at 300. Pretty much no sold listings though, so unlimited rainbow foils, pretty much $5 with shipping included, more or less. You can get a couple playsets here, so you'll save yourself a little bit on the shipping. Endless arrow non-foils, we're looking essentially close to $4, like $3.50. Whole first page, slowly going towards $5 for the non-foils. First add rainbows, only 3 on the market. We're looking at, here's a lightly played for 80, then we go to 300. No sold listings. These first ads, kind of often we see that. Not a lot of sold listings, but the prices are pretty crazy. Rainbow foils, pretty much $5. Yeah, pretty close to $5 a whole first page, so not bad. This is an awesome ranger arrow. I mean, it's not really like they have a weapon, but this being able to constantly loop it back into your hand, put it into your arsenal, kind of can make up for the lack of a weapon. Definitely make sure you have this. I don't think I have this, so actually should pick some of these up real soon. Take aim for a rare, that's $1. It's kind of surprising. If you guys have Arcane Rising bulk, definitely take a look for your red take aims. Looking like $1, very slowly going to 150. So for a rare, pretty good. You guys know I love going over rares that are actually worth some money. For the rainbow foil unlims, we're looking at essentially $5, and we jump up to 7, slowly going towards 10 for the unlims. And let's look at the first eds. These are $50. That's kind of crazy for unlimiteds. The first editions, 30 for the rainbow foil. Then we have lightly played, pretty much 40, near mint 40. I mean, I can't ever say like this is a good deal, spend this much money on one card for a rare, but compared to the other first ads I've seen, this is not too bad. 30. I mean, I would never buy it, but first edition foil taking for 30. You do what you want with your money, not financial advice. Searing shot, 0 for 4 on hit. They lose 1 life. Pretty good. I mean, essentially a 0 for 5 if it hits. Pennies on the dollars. I mean, 20 cents. You know, not including the shipping. Let's look at the first dead rainbow foils. Oh, this is kind of surprising. This is pretty low for first eds. I mean, there's very few listings. 3 listings, but Salty Whale has a bunch in stock. I mean, this is the lowest I've seen first ed cards. You do what you want with your money. But yeah, pretty surprised to see it at that price. Let's check out the rainbow foils for the unlimited. Unlimited's pretty much $1, slowly going towards 3, 4. So not too bad. I mean, if you're gonna get the rainbow foils, maybe it's just better to get the first ed. Spend a little bit extra money, but you know, you can also just get these couple first listings for less than $1, probably $2 with shipping. Grasp of the Arcane, one of the best legendaries in the entire game. Battle Worn 2. Pay 2 to make a rune chant. We're looking at 57, 58, 60. Pretty standard, honestly, for Grasp. I think this card has been anywhere from 60 to 80 for the longest time, depending on how good Runeblade is doing. I know Vincent doesn't primarily run this. She more likes Vexing Quillhand. This is a decent price. It's kind of tough to recommend legendary this high, but we are getting Aurora, and I think she's gonna run this. I don't really see her running any different arm piece, so let's look at the one cold foil first ed. 1,250 pretty much. None have really sold, so yeah, first eds, they be doing the first ed thing. Nebula Blade, we're looking at 25 for the cold foil, slowly going towards 30. I think this can see some play in Sage, but I don't think it currently is. And I don't think Viserai and LL runs this. I think just Reaping Blade or maybe even Dusk Blade is better for the cost curve. But yeah, 25 for the cold foil. Mordred Tide. I love this card. It's such a cool like bomb card. Like on its own, it does nothing. But whenever you make a rune chant, make that many +1. This can start getting some crazy amount of rune chant creation. Blocks 3. Looking at $5, slowly going towards 7. Let's look at the rainbow foils. First Eds, 300. Yeah, I mean 275, but then 300, and then 805. No sold listings. Yeah, we're definitely not getting those. Let's look at the unlim rainbow foils. Rainbow foil unlimited 26, 30, 35. So yeah, Wonder Tide's up there. Become the Arc Knight, Viscerai specialization. I'm almost positive we're getting Viscerai, maybe even in Monarch 3, even though he's not a Shadow Rune Blade. Maybe he can turn into one, or I don't really know what's going to happen in Monarch 3, but we got the blue block 3. Pretty amazing card and pretty terrible card at the same time. I mean, discarding a card to search another card is, you're doing 2 cards for 1, which isn't that good. But at the same time, Flesh and Blood doesn't really have cards that let you search your entire deck. We have things like Sand Sketch Plan. I mean, we have the Dash, Spark of Genius, but that only lets you get items. So Become the Arc Knight can definitely just make you the perfect hand by going -1. But like I said, it's a blue block 3, and I'm pretty sure you can just play this and not choose a mode. You can just play it for a non-attack action. We're looking at 20 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, pennies on the dollar. Definitely make sure you have it if you have any interest in playing Viscerai. Foils, we're looking at $1, $2, with shipping closer to 3. First Ed, we're looking at 15. Well, this is moderately played. All right, for near mint, we're looking at 18, then we're going to 22, then 50. Probably just better off getting the non-foils or the rainbow foil. Ninth Blade of Blood Oath. Now I think rune blades are very interesting because they have a lot of different ways they could play. One of them is rune stacking, just setting up a big pile of rune chants and then sending a big attack. I love 9 Blade for that, and the artwork looks amazing. There was a point where Florian was playing this. I think Viscerai just ran this pretty commonly. It's a 9 attack popper if that ever really comes up against the Illusionist matchup. And if you have the 9 chance, it's a 1 card 9 and you're sending 9 chance. So pretty good payoff for the rune stack plan. We're looking at pretty much $1, slowly going towards $2 for the non-foils. The unlimited rainbow foil printing. Essentially after shipping, $5. Yeah, get a couple copies for 5, slowly going towards 6. I'd probably just get my non-foils if you don't have them. Playset for $3 more or less. Not bad, especially if we're gonna make some rune blades in the future that do rune stack. I don't think Aurora's quite there. And Vincent kind of already does her own rune stack type of thing with her Shadow Rune Blade attack, so I don't think she's ever gonna play this. Arc Knight Ascendancy. Now, I don't recall if Viscerai ever played this, maybe back in the day. I know when he got good, this wasn't really a card I was seeing play. Maybe the future Viscerai can play this. I mean, we're looking at pretty much pennies on the dollars, like less than 40 cents if we don't include shipping. Unlimited rainbow foils, we're looking at $2 with shipping, slowly going towards $3. First edition, lightly played, $270 near mint, $270.99, $271, $71, yeah. Definitely, I think just get your non-foils if you're interested in this. Maybe the new Viscerai will play it. I mean, 6 or 5 is pretty crazy, but its cost does go down for each rune chant you control. And then on hit, you make rune chants. Pretty cool. And it also has Dominate. I know it's kind of like hidden in the corner, but this does have Dominate. Reduced rune chant, another rare that's quite up there. I mean, we're looking at 250, slowly going towards 3 and close to 4. I mean, this is an amazing card in Vincent. Sage, you definitely play this in some of the rune blades. Let's look at the rainbow foils. Closer to 4, 5, 6, then going to 8. I mean, this is a pretty great card. If you have a rune chant 0 for 5, making a rune chant for you and blocking 4, First edition rainbow foils. Well, we're looking at $5. This is not bad. I mean, Salty Whale has 16, $5, pretty much 5. Then slowly going towards 25, 30. I mean, not bad for a first ed. This is kind of surprising. Hopefully these are listed correctly. But yeah, this is listed as first ed rainbow foils. So, pretty interesting. Storm Striders, we're looking at essentially $41. I mean, this didn't get banned on the last list, even though Verdance was... You can still play this in Acilio, but Verdance was the one really using this. Kind of scary that in the future, you know, if we get another wizard set, I mean, I know Omens, we do have the wizard in the new Acilio, but I'm just not sure if a next wizard set comes out and LSS says like we're banning this when the next wizard set is coming out. I don't know. That's why it's so tough now. I mean, I think that announcement really shook the player base. But we're looking at 41s towards the end of the page, closer to 43. First edition cold foils, 1,100 pretty much, 1,200, then 2,000. No sold listings. The first ads are always crazy. They played, I was gonna say 50, but these are lightly played. For near mint, we're looking at 54, 55, then going towards 60, 65, 80. This does see play in Sage, so that's probably part of the reason why it's up there. And I mean, the artwork's pretty dope. We got that little dragon. So yeah, I'd probably just stick with a non-foil, but if you want the cold foils, we're pretty much looking at 50 plus. Blazing Aether, the Kano spec. Now, I think Kano's in a weird position. He was loved by many people, but also hated by a lot of people. I know James White said Chain is not coming back ever. I don't know where Kano falls. I mean, even in Sage, he's not too bad, so he kind of has a place in Sage, but yeah. Can't really say buy this for the next Kano, just because I think he's so... Maybe he won't come back, maybe he will. Make your own decisions. Pretty much 50 cents, slowly going towards $1 for Blazing Aether non-foils. First edition rainbow foils, 11, 17, and then 100. That's kind of wild. No sold listings at all though. Lessons in Lava, same thing. It's a Kano spec, so be careful when you buy it. You know, make your own decisions. 20 cents. This is pennies on the dollar. The whole first page. We have a rainbow foil for 50 cents here for the unlimited, so super cheap, honestly. But maybe Blaze will just take over the Kano slot, and the Kano specs don't ever come back to CC. First ed for near mint. This is pretty much $90 and essentially $325 at the last listing, but don't think it'll ever get here. None. Actually, wow, one sold for 70, so pretty much 70 is a more realistic price. Sonic Boom. This is a wizard card that I think could see play in the future. I mean, 3 Arcane, 2 for 3 is not too good, but it does let you look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a non-attack wizard card, you can banish it and play it, and it costs less, equal to the amount of damage that this dealt. So, not bad. I mean, blocks 3, it's a yellow. We're looking at pretty much... Well, this is from Rosetta when you got the reprint. For a near mint, essentially $5. So whole first page $5. Let's look at a rainbow foils first ad. Here's one for 300, but it isn't a slab, so if you want to play it, you're gonna have to break it. Moderately played, pretty much $6.90, and then $9.95, $95. So pretty close to 1,000. Let's actually check if it has any sold listings. Nope. The unlimited rainbow foils, we're looking at $9. Slowly going towards 10, 11, so not too bad. Teklo Foundry Heart, this did get reprinted in bright lights as a non-foil. We're looking at $22 for a near mint, slowly going towards 24. I mean, This is an amazing legendary. I always thought this was undervalued, but this has been around $22, $24 since I got into the game, so don't think it's ever a bad time to get it. I think it's going to be a staple in the mech class pretty much forever, so if you don't have it and you like mechs, definitely pick it up. The cold foil variant, I can't advise to pick it up. Looking at lightly played 1,100, another lightly played 1,600 with $1.29. Why are we charging shipping for this crazy card? Anyways, definitely just get your rainbow foil. Don't get the cold foil. Teklo plasma pistol, one of the arcane rising weapons that are not crazy amount of money. I mean, it doesn't really see playing Sage as far as I'm aware. We're looking at essentially 11 for a first set, slowly going towards 12, 13. Yeah, I think Talishar is just a better weapon in the Mechanologist class. I mean, we only really have Dash. I don't think anyone's playing Teklo or Max in Sage, so yeah, Teklo plasma pistol, pretty cheap. I mean, if you're a collector, might not be bad. Teklo core for the non-foils, we're looking at pretty much $6. Yeah, 6, slowly going towards 7. I mean, Dash has shown that she is loved by LSS. We got Dash IO. I think her and Prism are gonna constantly be coming back. Maybe it'll take a while for the third Dash to come. So there is that. I do think it's a great card. I mean, an item that gives you 2 resources, pretty good, especially when you can search it out with Spark of Genius. $5, a little pricey for a card that could be LLing really soon. So if you don't have it, I might stay away from it just because Dash is so close to LLing, unless you want to buy it for the future Dash. Rainbow foils, we're looking at $9, essentially going towards 11, then 15, then 20 for the unlim rainbow foils. First eds, we're looking at 201. I don't even know. I think if you're gonna spend that much bread on a Teklo core, probably just get the cold foil. You're probably better off. I think if you do want to spend that much on a Teklo core, cold foil is probably better to get than the rainbow foil. I mean, it comes in cold foil. We're looking at 63, 64. So yeah, instead of getting the first set, if you really want to bling it out, the cold foil is honestly, I think, better. I mean, the cold foil printing of this looks amazing. Spark of Genius, the original Codex of Frailty. I mean, this card is insane. Getting you an item and drawing a card. We're looking at essentially $4, slowly going towards 5 for the non-foil. First edition, 125, 154. Some actually sold for 60, 40 for a light played not too long ago. Essentially $5, slowly going towards 6. Not bad. Like I said, Dio's about to leave, but I do think Dash will come back in the future, but that's just me making speculations. Arknight Skullcap, this was seeing a ton of play in Lyeth, and even other decks were just playing it, which I think is pretty cool. Arcane Barrier 3 is starting to be more relevant with crazy heroes like Acilio. For first ed, or not first ed, for the unlimited, for near mint, we're looking at essentially 45, slowly going towards 46, 50. Let's look at the first ed cold foil, only one on the market. 850 pretty much. Looks like the last one sold for 800, so yeah, one sold. I mean, this is such a cool piece of equipment. I do think it's possible that we'll get a full suite of Arknight equipment, as we do have the chest piece. So maybe like 5 years down the line, we'll get the arm piece, and then 5 years after that, the leg piece. Null Rune boots for the Null Rune equipment. This is the most expensive one. I think it's Guardians that mainly play this. We're looking at pretty close to $2 and going to 250. So, I mean, if you don't play Guardians, just know other classes do have feat with Arcane Barrier. But I think Guardians and Maybe Warriors play this. I think Warriors might play the hood, but no rune boots. It's the only one that's really worth more than $1. Let's look at the first ad cold foils. 300 pretty much, 340. None have sold though. I think if you're a Guardian player, just make sure you have yours. You could probably get this for free off like your locals. Just ask like the players if anybody has an extra no rune boots. The community is pretty nice. Command and Conquer Unlimited. Now, $50, still a lot, but this is pretty good if you ask me. I think I bought my playsets for like 240 for I think history pack, so about $80 a pop. We're looking at $50, slowly going towards like 55, 57. You can get a playset here for a little over 150, maybe a little over 160. Y'all, if you're watching Market Watch, you probably like this game a lot. If you don't have your CNCs, it's always kind of tough to say like, yeah, buy this $50 piece of cardboard. But I can tell you, I don't regret buying mine. I've played it in so many decks. I mean, it's such a powerful card. Blocks 3. They can't play defense reactions against Command and Conquer. Not financial advice, but this is the cheapest I've seen it for quite a while, honestly. I mean, maybe if you have like a friend at your LGS, or maybe if you search in a private market, maybe you can get a playset for like 120 for unlims. Let's see, unlim rainbow foils. Essentially 75, 80, 90, so not too bad for rainbow foil unlims. Kind of surprising. I think last time I saw these, they were like at 200 or something like that. First adds 600 with a slab, and then basically 980 if you want to round up. Let's see if any have sold. None have sold, but probably getting the non-foil is not bad. Art of War, Art of Band. I mean, this card had to go. As fun as this card was, this was a demon. Only legal in LL, and I guess Singleton Blitz, if anybody plays that. Looking at pretty much $4, $5. Yeah, if you like LL and you don't have this, then probably a good pickup. I mean, it only really sees play in LL. First add rainbow foils. Looking at for lightly played, we're skipping these. For near mint, 600. Yeah, but this does come in cold foil from a judge pack. So the judge pack cold foil, we're looking at 550, 650. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, if you really want to bling out your Art of Wars and you're picking between first ed or judge, you probably have a good problem to have if you got that kind of bread to buy cold foil Art of War or first ed Art of War. But just know the cold foil is available. Fate Foreseen, the amazing generic, right below Sink Below. And in some decks, some even prefer this. I've seen this instead of Sink Below. Knowing the top card of your deck is pretty good. Looking at $2, $3. Yeah, $2 to $3. I mean, great generic staple. I don't think this has seen as many reprints as Sink Below. So definitely make sure you have your copies. First add rainbow foils. We're looking at $20 pretty much, which is, I mean, compared to Sink Below, I think last week we saw them at 50, so 20 it's not too bad. Blessed cards, you can get a playset here. I'd just probably get the non-foil, but rainbow foil first ed is available for $20. Unlimited rainbow foil, $5, $6, $7. Not too bad, but just make sure you have your copies. Amazing generic. And last, certainly not least, Eye of Ophidia. We're looking at rainbow foils for $389 essentially, so $390 basically, then $400, slowly $420, $430. I don't know why these lightly plays are more expensive than the near mints. Yeah, I mean, the reprint didn't do much. Don't want to get into it too much. I feel like I sound like a broken record. First add cold foil, $4,700 with $250 shipping. probably never gonna see this in person. But that pretty much wraps it up, y'all. The fables are still fabling. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you like Arcane damage. Thank y'all so much for watching. Not financial advice. Peace.